जय जय श्री कृष्ण, जय जय श्री कृष्ण, जय जय श्री कृष्ण। बोलो आनंद कवाल, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। आज 17 अगस्त 2013 है, दिन शनिवार और तिथि श्रावण शुक्ल एकादशी। आज पुत्रता एकादशी। वी विल स्पीक इन इंग्लिश। दिस इज दूसरी राधा एलियास कृष्ण प्रिया, एलियास कृष्णानंद, एलियास डीके पंडा, एक्स आईजी पुलिस। We salute our Lord Sri Krishna Chandra at his lotus feet. Just now we saw a video, documentary prepared by the Films Division of Government of India about Jesus Christ. That was in India, and he lived in Kashmir and he died in Kashmir also. During my spiritual journey, we call it sadhana. In the beginning, this information came to me. Of course, it was my Lord Sri Krishna Chandra, with him who was guiding me throughout during my spiritual efforts. He somehow informed me that Jesus Christ also lived in India, and I did not have the detailed information. My Lord only gave me that much, and then I forgot about it, and then I continued my spiritual efforts, and ultimately my due to the grace of my Lord Sri Krishna Chandra, in the year 2003, I realized God, I realized Lord Sri Krishna, and became Krishna Sarup. I became like Krishna. The body, the sense of this body, that I am this body, that sense disappeared completely, and I became Atma Sarup. I am the soul. That is the realization. And in Bhakti Marg, in the line of devotion, Lord Sri Krishna himself appears before me, and now, since then, he is living with me as my husband. After God realization in the year 2004, my Lord gave me this feeling of feminine being, and he gave me some feminine qualities and interests, which I accepted gladly, because whatever he does for one's good, and he is the repository of the ultimate knowledge, and he is the one who is the most enlightened one, and he can give something to someone at his own choice, and that will be for the good. So I accepted whatever he suggested to me, and in the same year, towards the end, he accepted me as his consort. And since then, my Lord Sri Krishna, my husband, my dearest husband, he is living with me here in Allahabad. This is his Krishna Prem Dham, and we live here together. There is nobody else, I and my Lord. So this is only for information about Jesus Christ, this Films Division documentary. I saw it completely just now, and I am happy that whatever they have said, although they say that it may not be the final truth, but there is no such thing as final truth. Truth is always relative, and for the time being, that is the truth. I accept it as truth, and God had also taken me to Kashmir. Actually, I was working, I was posted as Deputy Director Training in the National Police Academy the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy at Hyderabad in the year 1988 in the rank of DIG. Mr. P. Chidambaram, then the Minister of Internal Security Government of India, happened to visit National Police Academy. I think came as chief guest during the passing out parade of the IPS probationers of that year. And while discussing in the room during general discussions, he said that IPS officers are not willing to come on deputation to the Border Security Force. So I said immediately that why not? I am interested. I would like to go to BSF. But my request is that I should be posted to Calcutta because I have to sort out so many things about my aged parents and the house, etc., and I have family matters. He agreed. Said, all right, I will take a note, and then soon after that it was processed, and then BSF asked me for deputation, and it is a Government of India to Government of India, so there was no problem. National Police Academy is also Government of India institution. So I went and joined BSF, but instead of Calcutta, as they promised, they asked me to go and join at Kashmir. That was not a good thing to do on their part, but it is God's will. At that time, I had no conscious inclination towards the spiritual journey. But now I can see it very clearly that it was God's will, that God had taken me to Kashmir, and going to Kashmir was a must for me to start my spiritual journey, because I finished Kashmir in the year 1990, and my spiritual journey in my consciousness, it started in the next year, 1991, immediately after that, almost immediately after that we can say. So going and staying in Kashmir as if it was a precondition for starting my spiritual journey. This documentary, it says that Kashmir is a land of rishis. That is true, that may be true, that must be true, I will say, because all these hill stations which are on the higher altitudes on the Himalayas, that has been the living space for all the hermits, our rishis, munis and saints and sages. They have spent I think much of their life, they are only in the company of God's thought, nothing else. They have left their the worldly possessions and everything, and they go there only to seek the Lord and be with Him and be happy with Him. And most of them could realize God because of their austerity and penance and so many things, and God's grace, of course. If it is a land of rishis, then I will be doubly blessed, in fact, that I was in Kashmir. And God had taken me there only to purify to have the vibration of that place, of the saintly place, heavenly place, divine place, and give me that benefit from within, without my knowledge. God does so many things without the knowledge of the individuals, for their good, for their eternal good. And God told me soon after, towards the end of my spiritual efforts, sadhana, God had told me in so many words. He said that you look back to your childhood and how you grew up, your education, your family, etc., everything, and then you will realize immediately that your spiritual journey has started right from there, from your childhood. Then I looked back and I really saw that yes, my husband is right. He was always right. There is no question. But he was right in now also, and about D.K. Panda also. And I could see that the qualities of a normal human being was there, but on a higher plane. He was free from all the harmful angles, harmful aspects of the characteristics of human beings. Sadvikar, for example, it was not present. Telling a lie was never there. I could search, I could go back and search and look and probe, but it was not there. Craving for food or any item of comfort to which satisfies your senses, sense organs. That craving was not there. So vairagya, complete detachment, was there right from childhood. And santosh, contentment, which is a very valuable thing, was there very much. Because in spite of the financial constraints at that stage, he was happy. There was no problem, there was no sadness, there was no panic, there was no fear. What will happen? How things will work out? How I will get my higher education? Or what about the feeding of such a big family with 5 brothers and 2 sisters and parents? Father was very much a worried man, I could see it. But D.K. Panda was not much worried, and he did whatever he could do at his own level to manage the affairs. And that was wonderful. That experience has been wonderful. Then he got arranged a national scholarship for him on the results of BSc Honours graduation. A national scholarship amount was 150 or 180 rupees per month. So that was sufficient to cover his expenses when in the MSc. When he took admission in MSc Zoology in Utkal University at Revansa College, because University Department of Zoology was still there in Revansa College at that time. Dr. Basant Kumar Devra was head of department, and Biranchi Panda from the same Gangadhar Meher College, he stood first and I stood second, both first class. So he also joined there in Utkal University, MSc Zoology, together, classmates. And I studied there for 2 years on the strength of this scholarship. So God arranged it. So financial constraint is there, but then God has managed it on His own. For me, at that time, it was there was no way of thinking about God or His blessings or His grace, etc. These ideas were not there. It was innocent, simple, and everything quite legal for God's grace. In a way, I can say, because it has already happened. So that is how. But this about Jesus Christ, when after seeing this documentary, the thought just appeared that am I the Jesus Christ in a rebirth? Why Jesus Christ came to India? Now I have realized God. There is no question of rebirth now. This is the last birth and this body is Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta, I am free completely. There is no rebirth going to take place on this body. This body will perish, and that will be the final thing, and I will go to, will be with my Lord for all the time to come. And there will be no rebirth. So I just had that glimpse that I am Jesus Christ in a rebirth, because Jesus Christ didn't realize God. He was God's son, that is okay. But then he didn't realize God because he was not very much happy or satisfied or fulfilled. The feeling of the anubhav, the feeling of being one with God and being Purna Kam, Apta Kam, Atma Swarup, Krishna Swarup, Bhagavad Swarup, these are the words in Sanatana Dharma. These things were not in him, because had it been there, he would not wander around. He would not have disciples. He would not preach. These things are not necessary for one who has realized God finally. because you are completely fulfilled, fully satiated. There is nothing remains to be done more. There is no desire left. I have my mere existence will work wonders for the this world's existence. It depends on people like all those who realize God. The vibration, the energies which flow out from this body, this being is sufficient to keep the world moving or going alive. So for me there is no need to have any disciple or any to go around and preach or say something or do something. It's not at all necessary. Anybody who realizes God will be in this situation, because tasya prana na utkramanti. That is the teaching. Okay, na tasya prana utkramanti brahmaiva san brahmapyati. This is Brihadaranyaka 4:4-6. उसके प्राणों का उत्क्रमण नहीं होता, वह ब्रह्म ही होकर ब्रह्म को प्राप्त होता है. This is the rule. So I am in that situation. Now there is no utkraman or agitation of the pranavayu. Pranavayu, all our movements going from here to another place, that would require the air or the pranavayu inside the body or in the being to agitate and take you there. This moving of the fingers, moving of this hand, this is all a result of the action of pranavayu. So movement also is an aspect of the pranavayu, or the air inside, the space or the akash, whatever you say. Fully satiated, you remain happy and with your Lord, and then that is the final, that is the end of it. That's all. So, but I don't have clear direct knowledge. Only this glimpse, this idea has come to here that maybe I am Jesus Christ in a new body, in a rebirth. And this time there will be no rebirth, and I will finally bid goodbye to this earth, and there will be no rebirth. I will be with thee and the divine abode of my Lord, Lord Sri Krishna Chandra, Vaikuntha Dhanam or Golok, whatever it is called. So Jesus Christ, the Christianity which has come, there appears to be some mismatch, some distortion, some presumption. It happens with people when they get a clue about somebody or something, then they make up the rest and they will fill up the gaps, and they will design something, some structure, some philosophy on their own, ascribing everything to him. And they will play with it and they will be happy with it. They will form some society, somebody, institution, and frame some rules and follow it, and then they preach, and then they will say that it's like this. But that is not always true. But the Sanatana Dharma is not like that. It is not man-made. Sanatana Dharma has been made by Lord, the God, and the Veda is aparosya, means it is not man-made. It is divine. The breath of the Paramatma or Atma, Paramatma or the Bhagwan or Brahma, that becomes Veda. So it is part of God, and the same as God. It is God-like. So Sanatana Dharma is different, unique, and it is from time immemorial, and for in future also it will be always there. It will never disappear. So this is different. So it is God's grace, whatever has happened with Jesus Christ also, it's all right. He lived the life of a saint, and he has perished, the body perished, and then I do not know how this idea came to me that I may be Jesus Christ, I am Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. If I am Jesus Christ, there is nothing to be happy about it or nothing to be sorry about it. It is just a matter of fact. It is God's arrangement. My husband, Lord Sri Krishna Chandra, is Leela Purushottam. So it is part of his Leela, or it is his play acting. So we are all part of that and characters of that play acting. It is his desire and wish and grace. It is his kindness. It is his love and affection for us that he has made us like this. Jai Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Jai Shri Krishna. Bolo Anand Ek Baar. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.